welcome to a brand new video here on the channel. We're back today with more 30 Days Stranded. If this is your first time seeing one of our videos, I'll leave a link up in the I button to the playlist of 30 Days Stranded videos. But today we're back with chapter 10. We're playing on the app Chapters. This is 30 Days Stranded, and this episode is called The Survival of the Wittiest. Can you survive a night in the woods? If you don't remember, in the last part, we ended up in the woods, in the isolation shack with Connor, and I'm very excited to see how this goes. I think we could get it a little bit spicy. Maybe. We'll see. Looks like the cameraman had passed out for the night. That's where we left it. He turns back to face you with a mischievous grin, which means we're finally alone. Your heart skips a beat. The light dances across Connor's face, casting him in a shadow. With no cameras around, anything goes. Should we repeat history, Noelle? You want to say something sexy in return, but a cold gust of wind makes the thin walls shudder. I'd love to repeat our night in the shower, but it's freezing. You can't help but shiver, hugging yourself to keep warm. Connor pulls you close, wrapping his arms around you. You press your cheek against his chest. I'm guessing you don't know how to start a fire. I've never tried. I think she probably does know in theory, though I'm sure I can figure it out. Oh, I have no doubt, Juicy. Oh, not the Juicy! Come here, I'll show you. There's an old-fashioned stone fireplace in the corner. Connor builds up the kindling. Look, they were nice enough to give us some flint. This is the flint. Yeah, these guys are real saints, aren't they? Your voice drips with sarcasm. Connor chuckles. You use the flint to create friction. It helps if there's someone to blow. I'll take the flint. I'm not doing the blowing just yet. Connor hands it to you with a smirk. You try to make it look like you know what you're doing. You run the flint over the stick as fast as you can, building friction. How did you do that? When you know, you know. Within a few minutes, a tiny flame sparks. Tendrils of smoke drift from the wood. Connor puffs on the flame until it builds and builds. Within minutes, the flame is big enough to catch. As a fiery seam breaks apart the wood, it bursts into flame. It's mesmerizing. Okay, I have to admit, I'm impressed. And look, it's got nighttime vibes as well now. It's pretty satisfying, right? A big grin breaks over Connor's face. His happiness is contagious. There's something evolutionary about making fire. It's such an adrenaline hit. Nearby, there's a pile of heavy blankets. Connor picks one up. Okay, not gonna lie, these smell interesting. Connor extends his hand, offering the blanket to you. Okay, bring them here. I'm just gonna take what we've got, you know? Just gonna take what we have. I'll take what I can get. See? I'm freezing. You curl up on the blankets with him in front of the fire. These only smell slightly mothball-y. Connor idly runs his fingers over your arm. Though you're warming up, his delicate touch gives you goosebumps. I didn't know you could do stuff like that. Build fire, I mean. Oh yeah, camping was big in my family. Really? You never told me that. Can't picture your mum camping. No offense. Connor chuckles. None taken. She's definitely not the camping type. My dad used to take me. Maybe your mum would do glamping? Only if there was a 24-hour concierge and room service. Would you ever consider going camping? With you mean? A smirk tugs at Connor's mouth. No, with some other guy, Juicy. No, of course, with me. The Juicy comments. Yeah, I'd rough it with you. Maybe. Oh yeah? Connor's voice is low and rough, sending a shiver down your spine. I could make it rough. Funny! Honestly, it would be so fun. Seriously, Noelle, I think you'd love it. It's honestly one of my favorite things in the world. A raw look crosses his eyes, pure and unguarded. Tenderness overcomes you. Connor, what do you love about it? I don't know. Maybe it's dumb, but just getting away? No one expects anything from you. You don't have to worry about meeting quotas or being polite to people you hate. It's just you and some stars. Nature doesn't ask anything of you. My dad taught me that. You feel a lump start to form in your throat. Connor was young when his dad died. He was only 15. You study the longing in his face, the lingering sadness in his eyes, and you're beginning to understand. What do you mean? My family's legacy are these expectations. It's always haunted me, you know? Even as a kid, I can never rest. I always had to have the best grades, the best job prospects, the best performances, the best trophy girlfriend. Caroline. Connor rolls his eyes. Meanwhile, the words trophy girlfriend make your heart stop. You've never heard him say that about her before. My dad always used to go to this campsite by this creek, near a waterfall actually. He looks down at you and then quickly cuts himself off with a dismissive wave. But you don't need to hear this story. It's not really interesting. Connor, you're right, I wouldn't be interested. I promise the bits for the spies. I'm so sorry, Connor. Please forgive me. I already know how much your father meant to you. But you're your own man, Connor. An amazing man. A man that your father would be proud of. Connor looks down at you with almost an unbearably vulnerable look. I miss him. Your heart aches for him. I think being in the wilderness and playing this game is affecting me more than I thought it would. Oh, Connor, he'd be so proud of you. Connor smiles sadly. Thank you. It's funny. I thought I'd be so much closer to my mum after he passed, but it hasn't been like that at all. If anything, she's more distant. She was so hard on me after he died, always talking about how now it was all my responsibility. You sigh heavily, wanting to say something about his mum, but biting your tongue. Connor chuckles softly as if he can read your mind. You know you have the most transparent face, right, Noelle? You blush a little. You know how I feel about your mum. She's not exactly my favorite person, and vice versa. Yeah, I get it. Look, my mum's tough, but I'm the man I am because of her. I don't know, Connor. I've heard her say some pretty awful things to you. That you'll never be good enough, that you could never live up to your family's legacy. Noelle's just really pushing it into him. She's really taking this opportunity to push him down. That you're doomed to fail. Connor's face twists in painful memory. He knows you're right, but he still can't admit it. Yeah, I remember. But I need her. I'd be nowhere without her. I should... What a horrible gem choice, man. We could encourage him to realize he only needs himself, or agree that he needs his mother to do everything for him. I feel so bad picking that option. I'm gonna say it sarcastically though, you know? You're right. All your success comes from her. She gave you a huge head start, but that doesn't mean you should discount completely. I guess you're right. Before either of you can say anything more, you hear a crunch of leaves outside. You freeze. You meet Connor's eyes, which are wide and alert. What the hell was that? Connor puts a finger to your lips. Your heart slams against your rib cage. I'm sure it's nothing. Shouldn't we at least check? Will that make you feel better? Yes? Has anyone ever told you suffer from paranoia? Yes, actually, many times. There's another rustle of leaves. This time it sounds like it's much closer to the shack. Oh God, I'm gonna die out here, aren't I? Connor fixes you with a sarcastic look. You're not gonna die, Noelle. I wouldn't let you. Your imagination runs wild with various scenarios. Bears, wolves, axe murderers. Scott. Connor takes your face in his hand sternly. I can see that big brain of yours working like crazy. I promise there's nothing out there. You hear what sounds like a thump outside. This time even Connor's eyes go wide. Then you hear what sounds like scratching. Okay, still confident we're not gonna die, Mr. Big Bad Outdoors Guy? Because I feel like we're in Act 1 of a horror movie. That's it, I'm going out to investigate. But what if it eats you? Connor chuckles. Nothing's gonna eat me, Noelle. How do you know you don't know what they're hungry for? Do you know what bears eat? I don't. Not people. Remember that movie, The Revenant? Yeah, the person killed the bear in that, not the other way around. Oh, spoilers. Connor walks to the door. Just stay out here by the fire, okay? You try not to look as though you're incredibly freaked out. You're gonna be fine, I promise. Okay. There's a high, panicky note to your voice that Connor definitely notices. I'll be right back. With that, Connor leaves. I'm gonna run to the window. I'm gonna look. I'm gonna stay up to date here. The hole in the wall, which one might call a window, shows Connor jogging away. Don't jog away! You watch his tall, broad form disappear into the woods. Okay, just breathe, Noelle. He knows what he's doing. Everything is gonna be fine. But no matter how many times you repeat this mantra, you can't shake your panic. Then you remember. The cameramen are still inside their cabin. You open the door. Anna, Ben, wake up! Ben and Anna blearily open the door to their cabin across from yours. You glimpse their expensive space heater, fancy cots and filming equipment inside. What's going on? We heard a noise. Connor just went to investigate. Okay, and you're waking us up because? Hello, we're in serious danger. Hi. Seriously, you're just gonna shrug at me. Connor and I could die out here. Don't you think you're being a touch dramatic? This is our off day. You know what? Screw you both. Guess it's all about the paycheck for them. You slam the door to their cabin and walk back to your own. You go inside and put more kindling on the fire to keep your mind occupied. But the more time goes by, the more anxious you become. I feel like Connor should definitely be back by now. You return to the front door and call out Connor's name. Connor? No response. You feel a prickle of dread run down your spine. This isn't good. Connor, if you're just messing with me, I'll kill you. Seriously, Cobalt, don't think I won't. The only response is the wind sifting through the trees. Far away, you hear a crow cry out. What if he's in actual danger? Connor's a businessman, not a hunter. Fear coils in your stomach. I can't believe I let him go out there. I have to do something. Oh, I don't know what to do. I have to say, I personally, from a logistical point of view, I kind of feel like staying where I am and hoping for the best is the right thing to do. What if I go and find Connor and he comes back here and then we've gone and then he goes and finds us and we come back and he's still not here and it becomes this endless cycle? But also at the same time, if I find Connor in the woods, what if he is dead? Would I rather not know? Hold on, I'm having some moral quandaries here. I am going to stay where I am and hope for the best though. Another 10 minutes pass. You hug yourself for warmth. Your imagination is going haywire. You can't stop thinking about bears and serial killers. Before you realize what you're doing, you're peeking out the front door. Okay, that's enough, Connor. If you can hear me, come back now. He doesn't answer you. You shiver. But then from behind you, you feel arms around you. Ah! You wheel around to realize it's Connor. I was so worried about you. You were worried, but you didn't come looking. I was frozen in fear. Connor wraps you into his arms. You begrudgingly curl into his chest. Why did you scare me? I can't believe you messed with me like that. Can you really blame me? There's not a lot of opportunities to rattle the Ice Queen. You pull away from him and punch him playfully. Just you wait, Connor. This Ice Queen will get her revenge. Sleep with one eye open. It's still worth it. Connor kisses the top of your head. Oh, come on, Juicy. Let's get you warmed up inside. What kind of warming up do we get to do? He ushers you inside and fluffs up the blankets by the fire. You curl up into his arms. Does this make you feel better? Connor pulls out a bunch of snacks. Trail mix, chips, nuts, and even some fruit. What? Where did you get this? Nicked it off Anna and Ben while they were asleep. That's genius. You're forgiven. You kiss him on the cheek. Oh, I thought you might appreciate that. You and Connor eat snacks by the fire. You're both fighting back smiles. With the crackling wood and the gentle breeze, it's surprisingly peaceful. See, nice, right? Getting away from civilization for a bit. I can see the appeal. It's nice to get away from all the noise for a while. I love it. Connor chuckles. He makes a couple makeshift pillows with the other blankets. Come here, you. He reclines back on the blankets, passing the space beside him. We're gonna need each other's body heat tonight. Oh, that's what this is all about. Body heat. You give a teasing smile, hoping that Connor can't see how hard your heart is pounding. Connor's face softens. He sees right through me. Let me hold you, Noelle. Your breath catches in your throat. I do want a bit of spice today. I'm gonna run my hands over his body. Just a little bit, just a little bit. Your hands drift down his arm in a feather-light touch. Noelle? Your fingers ghost over his shoulder, then squeeze, massaging the strong muscles. Your thumbs knead into his neck, applying a gentle pressure. He lets out a low moan. You did so much for me today. Let me make you feel good for a second. Connor shoots you a heated look over his shoulder. You kiss his neck gently. Once the muscles are supple and loose to the touch, you curl up beside him. Juicy, this is great. I almost forgot we were in exile. You rest your cheek on his chest. His arms enfold you, keeping you warm. I can't remember the last time I felt this safe. You look up at him. The firelight dances over his face. Despite the filth of the shack, you can't help but feel at peace with him. You almost feel dizzy with how many thoughts are running through your head. I'm in serious trouble. I'm falling for Connor. Hard. I can't go back from this. I can't keep denying it. You picture his hard, mud-covered body. You picture his lips, fighting for a spot on your own. Tomorrow morning, with my strength pack, I'll let him know just how much I've missed him. And then I'll get that million once and for all. Oh, ho, ho, ho. I can't believe that's the end of the episode. Are you kidding me? Well, I was really thinking that we were going to get some spice, and maybe we would have done actually if I'd have gone into the woods to find Connor, so maybe I made a little bit of a mistake there. But what I will say is I did enjoy that episode. It was so cute and just, it had all of the cozy, warm vibes that I've missed so much in chapters. It was so nice. And it's weird that the last two parts haven't really had any spice, even though there was a lot of spice before that. Let me know what you do think about this episode though down in the comments below, and don't forget, if you did enjoy it, to give it a like. Make sure you subscribe for more videos and turn on your notifications so you know every single time I upload a video. As always, a massive thank you to our wonderful channel members, because without you guys I would not be able to keep making this content. What am I doing? Why do I keep getting even more like funny with my hands? Thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you so much. Thank you so much again, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye bye.